started. Um, Definitely not Velkoz mid. Oh, it is Velkoz mid. What do you know? Playing with a formerly Diamond Poppy who is jungle, so definitely going to lose. Alright, so we come out to wow. For the first time in my life, I actually see a tower guard go well. That's interesting. Okay. We start ring 2 pots. Looks like we're against the Sion mid, who also started ring 2 pots. This is like the new going trend. Go Sion mid, build Banner of Command first item, and like trying to cheese out the enemy hyper wave clear carry mid laner. Only works against control mages though. Arclight, not definitely not. Yeah, this is that game apparently. I don't know. This is the one you sent me. Game you had 0 deaths in 45 minutes. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you still suck either way, so we're gonna get this underway right quick. Alright, so we have TP, so we're looking to spam and poke off, or... Oh, they have the previously Diamond. No. You do. Diamond stole... What? Poppy started and stole Wraiths. Incredibly interesting. He had to have seen this somewhere. Wowzers. Okay. That's like the highlight of the game. Like, that's why I'm focusing on that so much. That's huge. Really weird. Yeah, let's make sure we're not taking this really cheap poke damage. In this matchup, specifically, your spell should be used to harass. But while he goes for every minion, like to kill the minion, not to step up to auto the minion and make it get low. They literally did a jungle swap. Never seen that in the CLO. Did you miss that? Did. Did miss the cannon. This is a very late ward, but an applicable ward. So when you get behind like this and the enemy mid laner is able to establish more priority than you early due to mana expenditure per spells or general priority given the kit, it sometimes can be smarter to place the ward here because it's not only safer, but also it's a shorter travel time, and most likely the jungler is not going to gank you from anywhere this ward can see effectively. If you're playing further back in the lane as such. Now, I would put it either here or over the opposite side of Wraith Camp, or even here if you're playing in this bubble. So your vision is centric to the area which you're playing around. So yeah, so you just insta-clear this and back would be the appropriate response to this. Not only because you lost so much health and mana on the wave, but because that's how you gain a strong advantage, is you crash the wave into turret. And back, and back, and back, and you come out of buy ahead. You put yourself at a significant disadvantage. Yeah, you could get refillable off of this. He has refillable now, you don't. This is huge. Yeah, I know you backed already and used TP. Then you come out, insta clear the next wave, and then come back with a full another buy on him. So if you had come back as soon as you used TP, insta clear the caddy minion wave, and then backed immediately, you would be able to have refillable, and thus an entire buy over him. And you would be in a perfect spot with mana and health right now. You lose this lane really hard right now because of that. You don't understand your value of health and mana in lane well enough to progress yet. Even if Poppy ganks this, there's nothing she can do. I mean, if nothing else, you should have backed simply because you cannot keep up with this amount of mana expenditure this early without backing more often. TP allows you the ability to, like, for a 3 to 5 minute window, basically never be in lane. I think you set that up wrong. Guess we'll see. Uh-huh. I was wrong. It's always difficult to tell. There's always a certain HP. Try to find a way to explain what's wrong with this positioning to you. So, I don't want to see you position here. He keeps throwing spells like this, and we addressed this yesterday in the Oriana VOD, where you basically just increase the size of your silhouette by hugging wall. So this whole, like, hang on, that's even poorly drawn. This whole area, right here, is basically off limits when you play like this, okay? And also, this is the only bubble that you want to play in. Alright, so, you can go far as say there. So we do this for a few reasons, right? We do this because we know that the enemy jungler can jump over walls. Jax can have her ass at any moment. So we want to make sure that we're playing close enough to turret in a manner that's relatively safe, especially given the fact that we don't have enough vision to see Jax. Relatively safe enough to stay alive in lane. The reason that we don't necessarily want to stand in here, like, and this red patch here, is because it increases the size of our silhouette, or our avatar, if you will. And the way that it does this is by you basically cornering yourself off against walls, making it almost impossible to dodge anything. Okay? So if we say stand where we're standing, he can throw this minion here. He can throw it here. And he can throw it here. You're literally creating... You know what? I can even do that better. Can I rotate this? How do I rotate? Yeah. Damn near. Okay. He can throw that minion. Kind of poor, right? But you get the point. He can throw that minion anywhere within the end of this cone, and he's still going to hit you like 100%. Because how are you going to dodge it? You can't go into the wall. Even up here, like, this is still going to hit you. This is still going to hit you. Realistically, you can't travel... Realistically, you can't travel anywhere within here or here. Or here. Or here. Fast enough in order to be able to dodge the Q. Alternatively, he can just ult and have this accomplish the exact same effect with the same abilities. All of Sion's abilities work like this. This little magical triangle of death is the entire champion that is Sion. And that's why his wave control looks like, or his AoE zone control looks like this, because he's got all these different triangles that extrude out from him, right? And yeah, so on and so forth. And he just becomes like this huge AoE wave zone control machine, and you're not really respecting it. You don't understand where the patterns are lying. This is like where the all-encompassing zone control is. Okay? So, all of that. Yeah, he's always yeah, we're addressing this. His ability to maintain his mono exposure in lane. All of that is to say, where do all of these zones coincide into areas of relative safety that you can lie? Okay? Those areas look something like this. Almost the exact same zones, or yeah, the exact same zones that we outlined earlier. Well, that's a little too far. Well, let's just go so far as to say this. That is the zone. Okay? Can I fill this? Solid color? Yeah. This is the zone that you want to play in. Okay? This is what it should look like. I need to mess around with this more. I could definitely manipulate this a lot better. Alright, this is the green zone where you want to stay. You don't want to stand below here. Okay? All of this is bad due to the simple fact that it's, once again, up against a wall, and Sion can accomplish this exact same goal that he accomplished up here. Alright? So, again, bad, bad, bad. Got it? All of this outlying territory, this is all like a yellow zone. All of this is like a yellow zone. Oh god. Well, this is fucked. Anyways, you get the point, okay? I'm not gonna fuck around with that anymore. It's becoming too convoluted. You're starting to lose value. And now look at it. With all of it gone, I need you to see those exact same zones. I want them to still be on your screen mentally when I toggle off. When you go into your own games to see what's going on, I want you to still mentally see the zones that I'm talking about. See how you're zoning yourself along a wall. See how you're offering very little counterplay for yourself. You're just constantly cheating yourself based off these zones. I want you to see these zones constantly. Because they're there, they're very obvious that they are there, you just can't see them because you're not aware of them. So yeah, you're still in the zone, and he can hit you for free. You just hover in the zone. You love hovering walls. Everywhere you go, you're always standing up against this wall. You're always standing up against this wall. You spend such minimal time in the actual green area. It's sickening. You offer up so many opportunities for the enemy mid laner to cuck you. Here's the thing, like, even if you do win this game, it actually looks like they win this. Oh yeah, it looks like you win this game. Even if you do actually end up winning this game, it's not going to be because of how you manipulated mid lane. What was that? Looks like a slip up. I think here you're opting into staying until TP's up, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, accidentally pressed Q. Sounds about right. If he backed here, I would actually just stay and wait till TP's up, because you could realistically clear this wave and then back, and then TP out, or you could just clear the wave and then walk out, and then clear that wave and then TP back. You're still constantly staggering yourself up against the wall. It amazes me. You gotta learn from this. Huh. How Poppy didn't stop that, I will never know. She's dead weight the entire game. Not surprising. Anyone who made Diamond last season but can't make it by this point this season is utter trash, Kappa. I do like how you TP'd to inner turret to avoid being melted. I wouldn't entertain this monkey fiesta on bot side river. You're only losing CS. Back. Why are we not backing? You have 1,000 gold. Alright, look. I'm gonna make a roll for you. Every time you have 1,000 gold in lane, I want you to back. Unless you're buying Lost Chapter. Unless you're buying Lost Chapter, then every time you're in lane, you have 1k gold, I want you to back. It's your new rule. Because you don't know when to back, so I'm just going to give you a blanket statement. X equals Y. You being X, Y being 1k gold. You back. Or you being you with 1k gold equals X and then Y equals backing. Let's break it down real mathematically for you. You got 1,000 gold in lane, back, unless you're buying Lost Chapter. The only time you're not allowed to back with more than a K gold. That minion almost went off the screen. That was hilarious. See, again. Why? He's already ahead of you by 400 gold. He's ahead of you by almost 1,900 gold in lane right now. Because you refuse to back. And now you're ulting waves so you can back. Like, it's okay. This is the perfect time to back. Next wave will meet and you'll come out to clear. It's not a problem. You're just depriving yourself and constantly depriving yourself No, I mean, even if so, with as much MRs he has, you shouldn't be looking for a kill at this point anyways. Unless he turret dives you, there's no way you get this kill. Why? Why are we still staying? We almost 2k gold. We're gonna back with 2k gold at 12 minutes. This is so inefficient. Yeah. The longer you allow Sion to control this wave, the further in the hole you're putting yourself. And you're actually thinking the opposite. You're thinking, hey, I need to stay in the lane to catch up on CS, but you staying in the lane with this low of a health and mana value and having this much gold is actually detrimental towards you advancing in the lane. It's really, really bad.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed. Shut down.
Saying the Poppy's the dead weight, but she's 5 and 3. She's got almost all the kills on the team. Not that the kills really mean much. Just wait, you'll see. I guess we'll see. Yep. You should be getting blue buff. That's fine. It all we do is buy Ludens. Yep. Okay. I'm really hoping you pick up pen boots. Decent as long as Poppy covers mid. I think it would have been a little better had you TP to the ward that was in the bush. Might have been able to make a play with ult. At least slow them well enough that Ez could have gotten onto them. That is interesting. Okay. I'm telling you, this Elo people will just hand you kills. You should be roaming back to, well, they have mid coverage, you're fine. If you're gonna stand here like this, you need to either cast spells or auto the turret. You're doing nothing. You at least thin the next wave coming up. I want to ever see you being completely idle, but that doesn't mean like making yourself either. Sound gives me nightmares. Yep, so Ludens, insta clear, rotate, get vision. Think we need to be meeting the next wave on mid. We don't need to be rotating top. Blue buff's not up. There's nothing for you to get here. Velkoz isn't one of those champions that you necessarily want to just disappear on because it gives their team like the chills to know that you're gone. It's not gonna make a difference if you're there or not. Or most likely gonna play the same way. Plus, you can't really play those types of head games in the CeeLo.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah. See, leaving mid this often on tier 2 being exposed is really, like, really counterproductive for your team. You're allowing them a lot of control off the mid lane. Saw Renekton mid in Challenger yesterday. Hilarious. Mostly because he forced himself up into a corridor. Should have been capitalizing as soon as we saw the Karma stun was about to come out. As soon as he eat in to Karma and Karma's stun was on him, we should have been capitalizing on the knockdown. Yep, so we need to be calling instead of side lane manipulation, especially with Dragon about to come up. This is a very slow-paced game. Which is more or less how it should be on Velkoz. Unless you're absolutely just putting them in the dirt. Velkoz is a type of champ that should be very difficult to get back on. Pick up Drake, it's just wind anyways, it's not that big a deal. But if you're going to submit the Drake like this, you might as well get lane priority for it. Yeah, I think that Poppy's just a little too far ahead of the curve. Kind of difficult to play when your teammates are behind this. Wow! 3-man bubble. Skills. You guys have a really nasty habit of punching up. You should, as a general rule, never be standing directly beside your AD carry as the mid laner. Not in skirmishes. And it starts. Guess we'll see, won't we? So you set the next wave. So you see this is like really unattended. So this sliver of health that's missing off of this melee minion here is kind of a huge deal, actually. I can't see the level. 24, 24. Yeah, it did look about even. Yeah. And see how this is stacking? Interesting. Unless you guys are a higher level, it definitely should be pushing into them. 2, 3, 4, 5. No. It most definitely is pushing into them. Yeah, weird. Must be a higher level. Unfortunately, I can't see level on replay. Okay. Well, back to where we were. I still think it's set poorly. That's a generality. I'm not inclined to think that you check the level and set it that way. Yeah, because your bot lane is actually heading up. So nice. Mitigated positioning. Slightly risque, but only because they have a super dive comp. Stacking up nicely. Should not have though, based off the level. I mean, you be honest with yourself. You could lie to me, or you could, lie to yourself and say that you did mean to check the minion wave level. If you did, then that's fine. Keep doing that. But if not, just make sure you do that in the future. So I think the only reason that you won that, the only reason you should have logically won that, is because your minion wave was higher in level. I don't think TPing for outer top lane turret is worth it. I value top outer turret unless it's first so incredibly little that I almost just make a point never to take it. Unless other lanes are like at tier 2. If I have outer, mid, and bot and top is free, I'll take it, but I would rather set up for vision congestion. If I have mid tier 2 and mid tier and tier 2 bot, then I'll take tier 1 top. Yeah, I mean, you match TPs with the Renekton, but your TP is worth a lot more. It's how much wave control you offer at this point in the game. As he starts to fall off, his TP means less and less, and as you start to pick up, your TP means more and more. I'm gonna ult bot. Yep, you should have been looking for this. You should definitely have been looking for Tom to ult bot and step up. It should have been a kill all day long. This is on you. Mid lane wave mitigation, you're kind of pinching yourself. Yeah, it's a poor position to kind of make up for with flash. Wow. Spits rather early. Nami speed up into the bubble. Yep. Wow, just barely outside of the jag. And decent positioning. I like how you're kiting in the back, waiting for hard engagement before you go like a hit. Nice. Mainly just looking for a strong ult there. Yep, you should ult it. And you can jack it back. The fact that Velkoz ult can cast Disintegration on 2 targets simultaneously or multiple targets simultaneously is absolutely this is all just boiling down to you're playing a mid to late game a lot safer than Sion is. And he was playing it a lot more aggressively early in the game. Start counting off the coffee deaths. Alright, which part didn't you hear? What was, where can I sign up for coaching? You can just send your replay to Skype and just let me know what, oh shit, hang on. Oh, okay, hang on. Yeah. Just send your replay to Skype. Does Velkoz Disintegration ult being able to cast, or the Velkoz ult being able to proc Disintegration on multiple targets at the same time is absolutely broken. Like, I don't understand how this champion is still allowed to do that. Outside of new Conqueror on Darius, I don't know how. Wow, Sion skirted that? I never skirt that. Outside of new Conqueror and Darius, I don't think anything in the game has that much true damage. Alright, so we're looking at, like mentally freeze right now because like you have time. Okay, like Renekton's dead, they're kind of like retreating due to health and mana consideration. You need to mentally freeze right now. Look at side lanes, look at side lanes. Okay, unfortunately I can't see level on replay. There has to be some sort of interface setting that I can do this. Why can I not? Weird. Alright, anyways. Maybe this is it. Hang on. No. Okay. Anyways, you need to be cognizant of sideways because I don't think you're checking it enough. I think it's just kind of magically unfolding for you because typically in the games that are a review of you doing this, it doesn't work out for you this way. I think you need way more cognizant of it. I also think you need to be... Wow. If you're going to cast that, you should do it sooner. I think if you're going to be doing these types of engages, you need Void Staff over Leandri's. As a third item, it's not too effective unless they have like a massive amount of MR, which they do. I mean, 3 out of 5 people on our team have MR boots. You know, the other 2 have additional MR or health. It's ridiculous the amount of value that you would get on Void Staff over Leandri's right now. Especially the way you're playing these fights. See how you're weaving in, you're bursting, and then you're leaving. You don't get any value out of Leandri's playing like that. Leandri's comes from sustained team fights over and over and over again. See, Leandri's just wore off. And now you're going to have to stack it again. And that's wore off again. It's just like you're doing such minimal damage for a few times, and then it's falling right off again. Void Staff for the way that you're playing would be so much more beneficial here. Interesting. Yeah, at this point it just revolves around falling back. Defending until rest of the team reses. This is interesting. Yikes. Know what he was expecting here. Your you have TP. Yep. You should be looking to manipulate bot since your top laner's TP is down and yours is not. Should be looking to back and out to manipulate bot so that you can set it for the TP to Baron should your team need it, and reset bot lane to at least the mid wave, middle of the way with one minion damage to about half health or so to ensure that it stacks. Yeah, I think Velkoz ult is incredibly broken. Has been for quite some time since the champion was made, practically. Oh, strong cuck. Got him. Alright, looks like bot lane stacking nicely anyways. We'll see how it goes, but if it's anything on my luck how you've been playing this game and getting away with it rent-free, then it won't matter anyways. See, if you know Baron contention is coming up, before you leave lane, you need to be picking up a pink. Oh, man. This flash could have been better utilized. See, Poppy's doing work. She's absorbing damage. I think you hesitated too long, yeah. Definitely hesitated too long on dodging the Sion ult. You didn't know where to go because he thought that he had you cut off. Just walk backwards towards his team slightly, dodge the ult, then you can like flash Tsunami Bubble or something, which is what really cucked you. Why he killed the Jhin? With W at that. Yeah, your positioning inside a Baron Pit is fine here. I think you could probably back up and cast spells and mitigate more damage by not necessarily being in the aggro range, but it's more or less negligible at this point. It will come around to bite you in the ass if you continue to do it at some point, but I think that you should definitely leave. Like, this is, yeah, these are Monkey Fiesta games. Yeah, you don't need to, like, you don't need to impose this upon yourself. Yeah, from here on, it looks like it just becomes a stomp. There's a pretty strong macro mistake for you to TP like that. This is why I don't value outer top, because of what you typically trade for it. Alright, so here we're passing up mid lane. The manipulation is really poor. Really, really poor manipulation on mid lane. I don't even know what we're running for. What are we even doing here? What could possibly be more important than mid lane at this point when we have Baron? What are we even doing right now? This is... wow. You just run around for a minute and a half and not do anything? Now you're looking at steal jungle camps to make up for the fact that you didn't do anything? Like, I'm not flaming, I'm just legitimately saying, like, you passed a huge minion wave on mid lane. You TP'd to top. There was... to secure outer top in exchange for a Infernal at 35 minutes is... I think the dumbest macro decision I think I've ever seen. Like, again, not to flame, just calling it how it is. You need to be more aware of objectional control, especially post 20 minutes. Yeah, that was interesting to say the least, my man. That was interesting. It's like when we coached the Masters Oriana, right? Once you get ahead, it's like Mario Kart. You're playing Rainbow Road, okay? You get a slight advantage, and you just never mess up. You never slip. You never slide. You never falter. You just literally drive perfectly, and it's impossible for them to win. They legitimately cannot catch up because all the cars drive the same speed. The exact same concept applies in League of Legends. You offering them Infernal, you rotating top to take outer tier 1 or tier 3 turret, tier 1 turret, so that your team can forfeit Infernal. It's just not worth it. I mean, you just let them creep their way back into this game. If they were trying to surrender vote before this, they are most definitely not trying to anymore. You should be looking to all in with that ult sooner. As soon as you see Poppy, stun him against the wall. Crashed his car around there in hip turret? Yes, I remember that. That was hilarious. Sorry, we showed him how to, ouch. We finally showed him how to play Malzahar against an Asol. We showed him well. That did not knock him in a turret. That is bewildering. Okay, Poppy went Gauntlet. It's good. Ez also went Gauntlet, which is bad. Most definitely need the damage on this team. The difference between Ez going Gauntlet and Triforce is significant enough to cause your team to not have enough damage. Wow. Poppy plays. Nice. Really, really nice. Okay. You're not, like, doing anything extraordinary in these team fights. You're just kind of, like, hanging in the back, casting spells. It's fine. But this is typically why I don't like to see you team fight anyways. It's just too complex and too multi-echelon oriented for you to properly utilize your kit at almost any point, unless you're so well versed in team fights that you should be in the LCS, at which point you won't need my coaching. Until then, just stop team fighting. Are you sure you're only D4 peaked? I don't know. Am I being insulted or am I being complimented? I can't tell. The man with hands wondered the same thing if I was only D4 peaked. Oh, complimented. Sorry, it must be the sleep deprivation getting to me. I mean, D4 peak, D3 MMR had to stop the climb because of deployment considerations. Maybe I would have climbed higher, but you know, I can't like attest to any of that. I also feel like at times I perform at a silver level. You know, to be completely honest, we have all seen me feed in silver games on stream. Like, we have to analyze that from both ways. I still have a long way to go improvement-wise, but I do appreciate the compliment. You see how this is going on? So, like, Poppy, I mean, I'm just gonna, like, hang on. I have to. Holy hell. Whoa. Can I do this? I've never used this one before. Open map. Here we go. Okay, so we are here, all like 4 of us, right? Contesting the objective. That is mid lane turret. This thing sucks. Okay. Anyways, we're contesting mid lane turret. Poppy is here. Alright, drawing all of the aggro in the world. Legitimately everything that she can like possibly muster. This is really good. Like, this creates a strong zone of safety and protection for your entire team. I mean, you don't want to break away from the objective when it comes to you guys seeing that, like, Poppy is basically distracting the team. By creating this line of separation, she is most definitely not being dead weight. Like, she's being very helpful. She's basically creating this wall right here. And you guys don't see it because you're just like, it's like below you. You're like ants looking at a foot, and it's 3D, and you're only a two-dimensional creature or a one-dimensional creature, so it doesn't make any sense to you. You have to really zoom in on the objectives. You want mid lane inhibitor turret, you want mid lane inhibitor. It doesn't, all of these fuck games over here, she's intentionally inting. Poppy is inting so that the team can get the inhibitor turret. Otherwise, you dance, you throw, they run it down your throats on mid. Like, I want you to realize what she's doing as your tank. She's doing her job. She's allowing you. Poppy is securing mid lane tower more than anyone else in your team right now, and she's not even hitting it. Let's back up. Let's watch what she does. I'm gonna be the voice for Poppy. Okay, I'm zoning them off, guys. All right, yeah, do something. I'm not gonna throw ult, but I'm still gonna. All right, and we're going in. I'm gonna draw all of them over here. Okay, just take the turret. This is fine. I'm gonna pick up my buckler so I have more shield. This is gonna take them longer to kill me. Okay, maybe I can get out and do a stun or something. Okay, I'm dead, so I'm definitely gonna flash in, drive even more aggro. Like, she legitimately is just wanting you guys to get the objectives, and she's doing a hell of a job doing it. By the time that it takes 3 of them or 4 of them to kill her, you guys should have had inhibitor whittled down to half health. Because let's go back and look at what actually happens on mid lane turret. She's over here, like, you specifically are not hitting anything, as the damage dealer is throwing Qs over the wall instead of hitting the turret. You and Ez have no excuse for not taking turret. You're the carry. Your whole goal in life is objective control. You don't care about the kills. Stop worrying about the kills, man. Just worry about the objective. I got the wrong jungler. I was about to say, this one's not dead weight. This one's not dead weight at all. Her KDA does not reflect it. But regardless of what your KDA says, you are more dead weight in this game than she is. By far. No, back and TP to this. You need to get your value out of Elder. Alternatively, you can back and come out to bot and then TP to Baron. You just lose so much value from Elder. You're losing like 15 seconds, 20 seconds off of Elder. It only lasts for like a minute. You're legitimately forfeiting about a quarter of the time that you have Elder to clearing out bot lane. You need to force fights when you have Elder. At least it's set right. Jesus. Look, if you don't TP earlier, you need to go bot lane now. Okay? Your top laner's TP is not up. Your TP is. You should be going bot, and you have a TP advantage over their team. You can draw the Renekton TP. You can press the wave up to bot lane, force them to back off as mid lane presses in with Baron minions, and then your team rotates over to Baron, or their team rotates over to Baron, and you just take bot lane tower while your team pokes them off a bot because they're not going to be able to 4v5 because of how relatively far behind they are. And given team comp, you're either going to take the bot lane turret, they're going to skirmish over Baron, and then you're going to TP in, matching Renekton's TP, most likely win the fight because, again, you're ahead, and even if you don't, you still have the wave priority for mid and top, and then bot lane's already pressing, and so you have the wave priority there as well. So even if you do lose Baron, it doesn't even matter. Not only even if you lose Baron, all the priority is still there, but they're still only going to have probably 1 or 2 people out, and you still got Baron minions up for them to deal with, so it doesn't make a difference. Got a little close to the Jax there, but you have Elder, so you should probably be making use of it. Wow, that did not... Oh, okay, he ulted, okay. Yeah, so what happens here is the tanks trade aggro. And since Sion went in a lot sooner, Poppy decided to, once again, draw all of the aggro to herself. Like, here, hit me, I'm a target. If she's doing this, in my honest-to-God opinion, she needs to have the item that builds out of stopwatch. What the hell's the item? Nobody built it. You know what I'm talking about, the tank item. It's not GA. No, not GA. The tank item that builds out of Zonia's. No, it's not Guardian Angel. It builds out of Stopwatch. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, anyways. Gargoyles, Stoneplate. Yes, exactly. If she does this, she needs to have gargoyles. But that's not on you. What is on you is the fact that their tank is playing a lot more stupidly than your tank is. And you need to play around that. Yeah, you zoning off in this fight is really adventurous. I don't know about this. This is almost like textbook except for what you're doing. So, when you position in final fights like this, it's very important that you understand your positioning. How in relation to your team comp. So, what we know is we have a caster. Okay. Here's what ideal will look like. Okay. Black's gonna be tanks. Red's gonna be damage dealers. And then green will be like, whoops, green will be like kiting, god damn it, utility support mages, right? This is what this should look like. Oh jeez, this circle is, okay. Dude, this thing is giving me a fucking hard time right now. Fixed it. Good. Alright, so the black should represent tanks, and this could even be like up tier, right? But we're keeping it here just for simplistic purposes. This is you. This one right here. Alright, because you can be like, see how the lines are? They're like this, and then your line is kind of cut in half from Ezreal's because of his range relative to yours. Granted, Q does have a pretty far range, but you're considering your ult and your Q range. That is sneeze. It's not going to come. Anyways, considering your relative ult and Q range, like you can play further back than Ez and still remains safer. Karma's supposed to be in the back providing peel and shields and slows. Okay. Redemption, Locket, yada, yada, yada. All those awesome support things that make this role really, really brain dead. It's supposed to be played back here. That's how she should be playing. She can't play like that if you guys are playing like this. Like, your tanks are fine. Your ADC is fine. He's like a spot off, even better. Your support's fine, but you're not in position for your front line to work with you or for your support to work with you at all. When you zone around the edge like that, if you want to get better in skirmishes, you have to dedicate strong discipline to pocket management inside of fights, or you'll get fucked really hard like you do here. This flash is the same thing as dying at this point. Might actually be even more valuable. It's funny. Okay. I mean, all in all, you play pretty well. You position yourself, and I'm obviously like tearing you up for the things you're doing wrong, right? Overall, you position pretty well so that you're able to actually not feed, and that'll take you pretty far in climbing solo queue ladder. But I want to see you be more proactive with things like pocket management. All your managements are just really bad. Ward management, pocket management, health and mana management. The rest of everything you've juggled just fine. Like awareness is you're pretty usually on point. Like mechanical proficiency inside a lane is on point. Just what I want to avoid is turning you into a mechanical plat player that knows just enough to be able to stay stuck in plat 3 for the rest of his life. Because anyone who's stuck in plat 3 is a complete shitter and doesn't deserve to stream. Um, yeah, so I'm going to